found something I can sit on. So this would be an empty gate for at least 2 hours something, because the flight, or maybe less than 2 hours, the flight will be at 10:05 and it's gonna be in Stockholm. And you might be wondering why I'm still having a low voice, because I saw that there is a person sleeping over there, and I don't know how sensitive they are to the sound, so but I guess I want to speak about the wild lawnmower inside my head that got unleashed this week. It felt as if the sky ripped open and a wild lawnmower suddenly found its way to one section of my garden inside my head. So it's still there. It's still there, and as of the moment, all that's ever alive on that little plot of land where it fell has been annihilated. And I'm trying my best I guess for it to not reach the other parts of my garden that I worked so hard on. But still, the noise, it echoes all over. It echoes, and it's like a blanket that covered the entire scope of everything that ever exists. There's just this noise, this and that reminded me about how there will always be things that will never be in the circle of my control, no matter how beautiful I made my garden, or no matter how much work I put or do in my mind, or in the way I approach life or the earth or the other humans. No matter how much effort I manage to exert out of my side of things, there will always be those certain factors or circumstances that will never be in my control. But still, there's still the lawnmower. It's just in a very small space. But if I don't do my work or my part, it will destroy everything in my garden. So I have to do my part. I hope I didn't lose you, because if if I were to put this in the if I were to take this out of my universe and put it in the real world, whatever that means, it's not a secret that it's a big trend in the Western world, this immigrant hate. The immigrant hate is the biggest trend in the Western world right now. And as you may see, immigrant, of course I'm not exempted from this, the actions that a certain group of people do. I don't have a shield, I don't have a fancy surname or a strong nationality, so I'm not spared from the consequences of this hate. And I have learned about the changes that will happen on 2025. And there's multiple of them. Well, to be honest with you, I don't know what's gonna happen in my life on 2026. I have plans, but of course, immigrant. I have plans, but of course, with what's happening, I always have to make those plans flexible. I always have to make myself as flexible as I can, so that what may look as a tragedy to the naked eye will just be inconveniences, like minor inconveniences. I have to plan or grow or modify whatever I have to modify in this flesh, so that whatever the consequences or manifestations of this hate might be, I shall live, so that I will live and prosper still. Maybe not on this portion of the soil, but yes, somewhere else. I was so angry yesterday and this morning. I was so angry still. And if I try to talk about it in a certain way, apart from making it a lawnmower, I'm afraid I will just ruin my own Christmas. It's my first time traveling on the 24th of December, and there's more people than I expect. I'm not. What time is it, by the way? Okay, I still have time. There's more people than I expect. I thought the people have traveled already yesterday. But yeah. I almost felt like crying this morning while I was pouring milk on my cereal. I'm like, why does it have to be like this? I'm not sitting on my rear all day, aren't I? I'm doing my part. I'm doing more than what is expected of me. It's as if I'm suffering or being punished for being born and being born in the part of the earth, or in the portion of the land that has, I don't know. They put names on territories, and then they get to decide, well, I wonder wonder what we could do. Now that we put names on the soil, it's better to control it. And also another thing that made me realize, I realized because of these recent events, a lot of the people who have the authority or the power, they act as if, or they navigate the world as if they own the soil, or they own the land. They don't. Nobody owns the land. They might have these papers or titles or whatnot. Nobody will ever own the land itself. Yes, you can own the buildings, you can own the tents, the systems, the walls. You can own it, but when nature decides that it's time for you to know who really has the power, then maybe that's the only time they'll realize that nobody really owns anything. But then I don't mean it as a I meant it as a thing. I meant it as we may not own anything or any land, but we can cultivate it and decide to share it. Or enhance the experience of being on earth and be considerate a little bit, even just a little bit. Be considerate of the other people's lives, even just a little bit. And also, maybe nature knows, or the force or whatever it is that's bigger than all of us knows better to implement the element of death in the cycle of things. Because imagine if these people that are on power right now are immortal, what would happen to the world? Nature knows that death can be like the death of everything that's alive, should be a part of the cycle for regeneration, to give chance to regenerate the bigger sort of flow of things, might be for ideas to be replaced or modified or changed, but then I don't wish them death. I don't wish them death. I wish that they will be alive. I wish that they will be alive for a very, very long time. wish that they, because death, it's freedom. It's freedom. And it's the easy way out. That's why a lot of people who, that's why there's such a thing as harakiri, or it's the easy way out. I don't wish anyone death. I wish that they will be alive for as long as they could be alive, and maybe even longer, so that they will see the consequences of the actions, of the short-term sort of actions that they think that will just be, I can make this. I will not think of the future. But then I hope they get to see the future that they created. I hope they get to live long enough to see all the mud and all the stones that will be thrown on their names. But of course, maybe it will not affect them. I don't know. Maybe their conscience have died a long time ago, if there was any of it born within their flesh. Don't know. But yeah, I wish them a really long life. Especially now that I see how the younger generations being braver than we were. They are definitely braver than we are. The younger, the Gen Z, the Gen Alpha. Yeah, the future looks quite promising to me in how I see it, at least from my perspective, at least. I can see the courage in the hearts of the young people, and they are willing to act on it. So I also wish that I will still be alive to see this. It must be nice to witness the world changing in ways that are not expected. Okay, I might have to go because I might have to board now, but yeah, I will leave you with this line that I really love. It was from a movie that was made in the Philippines. I forgot which decade it was made. It could be the 80s or the 70s or something. I'll say it in my native language first. Balang araw, iikot din ang dugulong ng tadhana. Balang araw, luluhod ang mga tala. And I will translate it in English. One day, the wheels of fate will turn. And one day, the stars shall kneel. Merry Christmas.